Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here, continuing our Game of the Week coverage of Grid 2. Yesterday we took a look at some of the normal races. Today I want to show you a few of the different types of races you can do in this game, starting with this one, which is Liveroutes. Now basically what the Liveroutes are they take the standard setting, so we are in the Chicago setting. However, it's not the standard track. They basically completely switch up the way the track goes on every single run. So what this does is it makes it so that you don't know the upcoming track and you can't anticipate where you need to slow down for a hard turn, where you can lay on the pedal for a straightaway. You don't have that advantage. The only way you can figure that stuff out is just by looking at what's directly in front of you. In fact, if you even take a look on the lower left-hand corner, I don't even have the mini-map of the track. It's just these two crossing arrows instead of the standard map that will show you where the upcoming turn is, how hard you're going to have to turn, how much you need to slow down, or how fast you can accelerate. All those things, you don't get that advantage in Liveroutes. So it's a pretty interesting game mode. I found that it made the races, more interesting and more dynamic, because I really have to focus on what's going on, which is probably a bad thing to show you guys while I'm trying to commentate, but it's what I do, so I'll just suck it up and deal with it. Alright, we're gonna gun it here, and then slow down. Let's take a hard turn. Try to drift it a little bit. No. Oh yes, we got it. Wonderful. Okay, so there's something I wanted to address about this game. I didn't want to dedicate an entire video to it, but I wanted to talk about it nonetheless. So why don't we talk about it here? That is the Day 1 DLC for this game. There's lots of people upset, understandably so, about the DLC. So this is a pretty decently priced game, looking at the $50 to $60 range. I mean, it's one of the high-end priced games. And the fact that it includes as much DLC as it does Day 1, I can understand people being upset. So basically what happens is there's, I think, 4 or 5 bits of DLC for this game available right now, and the total cost, if you want to get them all, is like $24. So, you add that on top of the price that the game already costs, and that's a lot of money to get all the content for this game. Now, the one thing I'm not sure about, I'll look into this and maybe I'll readdress it in a future video, or I'm sure someone in the comments will let everyone know. I'm not sure if the content that you get from that DLC is only available through that DLC, or if it's something that you can unlock in the game. I know that you can unlock cars in this game as you play, and I also know that the further you progress, the more tracks you've got access to. I'm led to believe, though, that the tracks that are exclusive to the DLC are probably only for that DLC, hence exclusive. And if that's the case, that's real unfortunate that they would launch with that much DLC and force people to pay $24 extra if they want to get everything that the game has to offer. I mean, that's kind of crappy, That's definitely going to sully some people's opinions of the game, and I understand if you are one of those people. I fully understand why people would be upset about that. I'm fine with it because I'm not going to buy the DLC. I'm just going to play the game for what it is, and you can be of the mindset, well, that should be here, so you should be able to experience it for what you purchased. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that much DLC is a bit much, and if that's going to turn people off to getting this game, I understand. Now, in terms of the gameplay and the racing, all of that, as I mentioned in the past video, I think it's fantastic. I think this is an absolutely great racing game. It has some elements of realism with physics and stuff, but it's a fairly easy arcadey driver, and for someone like myself, that's perfect. Okay, so that was a Liveroutes. It's gonna have me try to do a second one here, but we're actually gonna exit out of this, just so I can show you some of the other, rather than just doing the same thing that we just saw again. Okay, come on, let me exit. I'm gonna have to wait till this starts, seriously. That's a little weird. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and exit out of this now. Yes, I would like to quit. And go back to the main screen. I'd like to show you 2 of the other race types. One of them is sort of a mano-a-mano, head-on-head racing, and then another one is a standard race on a racing track, which I thought was interesting as well. I'd like to show you guys. Okay, so that was, what are you doing? You have saved event in progress. Would you like to continue it? No. Okay, fine. I lost my progress. Whatever. I already came in first in that. So this was the event that we just took a look at. It was the Evo Race series. It's a 2-round series. I just did one of the rounds. So because I left after that first round, we lost it. This is a 3-round Faceoff series. This is a one-on-one race. This is going to be down on the California Bixby Pass. And I'd like to do a different car. We just did it in the Camaro Z28. So why don't we do one of these lighter cars here? How about, get better top speeds with this, although they're not quite as heavy. I love those heavier cars, but we'll go with one of these. Why don't we go with this Nissan Fairlady Z version STT 2-seater? Yeah, that sounds good. Light car, light and zoomy. Is that the word that we use? So yes, this is the Faceoff challenge, and in this one, it's just me versus one other person. I've got to come in first place, obviously. Coming in second place, you're the loser, right? So let's see if I'm the loser or not. We'll see. This is done on one of my favorite settings, the California setting. Love the trees. Lots of undulation, as you just said in the background there on these roads. Makes it so you got to be really careful about like tipping your car. And
we can celebrate tonight if we get another good result here.
I don't like these lighter cars at all. Their back end spins out. I mean, they turn quicker, right? So I guess that's the advantage. I don't know anything about cars, so if someone wants to correct anything that I say, feel free. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I like racing with the heavier cars better. Maybe they're considered more noob-friendly, easier. I don't know. I'm a noob at racing games, so that's fine if that is the case. But yeah, it's a one-on-one, mono-a-mono setting here. Driving off the track is typically not a good idea. So my continued feelings on this game, despite all that DLC talk that we just had, are I like it. I think it's a fun racing game, and looks great visually. Just looks absolutely fantastic. Don't want to drive off the road. Oh boy, oh boy. I should be paying attention to the mini map, huh? Whew. Don't you dare. So trading paint is allowed, as they say here in this game, which means you're allowed to hit your cars. Give and take. They can hit you, you can hit them. All that sort of fun stuff. Oh man, this guy. See what I mean? Look at the advantages of the heavy car. He can just muscle his way around me. I gotta try to take advantage of my lighter car, but faster speed to try to stay away from that mofo. He is right on my butt here, and I don't need him dropping me off the track, do I? I really do think I'm at a disadvantage though playing this type of a game with a keyboard, because it really, it'd be nice to have control over the throttle rather than just accelerate or brake. But hey, it's what I got, so I learned to play with it. I think I do all right. I just learned to tap the brake and gas quite often, constantly tapping W and S when I'm taking corners and stuff to make sure I get the right speed. And sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. All right, so this is the finish line here. Looks like we should be all set. Why don't we go ahead and do this as we cross? Woo! Why not? Because that's super cool. And then you crash, of course, which is not so cool, but there we go. I love it. I love it. All right. So that was the first round, and it's going to be a 3-round bit. Like we just did, though, I'll probably just exit this. I just wanted to show you a single round of that. So you'd have to do this 3 times, and then ideally you'd come in first all 3 times, and that'd be the optimal setting. The rewind system in this game that we've seen, I think the thing with it is that if you do rewind, I believe it either subtracts from your score or makes it so that your score doesn't count for leaderboards. So people who don't like the rewind system, if you're trying to play ideally and get the fastest time and top the leaderboards, you won't be using the rewind system. So that's a good benefit for people who are really into trying to top the charts in these types of games. Okay, so one more thing that I'll be showing you, and that will be a race on the track. And then that's going to wrap up this video. Again, I just wanted to show you some of the different variation when it comes to racing in this game.
We need some more visibility in the racing.
Okay, so now it will be this one. So we're going to take a look at the Intel Race Series. This is on the Indianapolis circuit track, and I guess we can just go with, this is a lighter car too. Are those, I mean, those look almost exactly the same. Oh, this one's got a better top speed. Why don't we stick with that then? Yep, so we'll do this one last bit here. We'll take a look at a race on this track, and then in the future videos, what I plan to do is we will be looking at multiplayer in the game, If there's any other types of racing that comes up, I'd like to take a look at that. And then car customization, I know lots of people like to know about that. As far as I can tell, it's really just visual things and sponsors. The sponsor system, the way it works, I'll go into more detail in a future video, but essentially the way it works is you can hold 3 sponsors on your car, and the sponsors give you challenges, and if you meet those challenges, so for example, it's beat this player, or come in first place by 5 seconds, or win three rounds in a row, or something like that, or have the fastest lap speed. Those are just examples of sort of different challenges that you'll have, and once you complete a challenge to a sponsor that you have on your car, it gets you more fans. And obviously fans, not a currency, but you're trying to accumulate fans in this game, as many as possible. That score's constantly going up. So, oh, we got someone right on my butt here. He sort of ghosted a little bit. So gotta slam the brakes right here because we've got a, so I thought this would be fun to show you because this is like a real, what'd you call this, a real racetrack as opposed to a street track, which is what we've been taking a look at so far. And I'm just gonna take it easy a little bit. Oh, as soon as I say that, I drive right off the road. Are you kidding me? I wanted to just take it easy a little bit, and then in the straightaways, because this is a lighter car, I was gonna take advantage of my top speed. Okay, so we're gonna, oh, I really wanted to take the in route there. Here we go, so we got a straightaway here, so I'm gonna book it and try to sneak through some of these guys, and then I'm gonna take the inside corner here. Okay, here we go. Come on, come on. Just, yep, go through the grass. That's perfect. Exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, boy. Corner cutting detected. Uh-oh.
You can get that place back.
That's no good. I'm in 5th place. I'll at least come in 3rd. That's fine. I'm all right with that. And here's a big straightaway, which is a huge spot for me to pick up some places here. I mean, I should be able to pass this guy. This guy's got one of the muscle cars in front of me. I got the top speed above him, right? I'm supposed to, I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
2 laps remaining.
This guy's still in front of me. Are you kidding me? I'm booking it here. Gonna have to drop this down significantly. Okay, guys, well, that'll do it here for this video. Once again, we're gonna keep up our Game of the Week coverage of Grid 2. In the future, just as a reminder, I'll be showing you some multiplayer, I'll be showing you some car customization, and then if any other race types come up, we'll take a look at that. And then finally, once I finish the game, we'll be ending with my final thoughts. It should be out sometime this weekend, most likely. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, woo, sexy. Keep watching, and keep owning. So what's the difference between a drift and a power slide? I saw someone in my last video, I mentioned drifting, and they said, that's a power slide. What, can someone distinguish the two for me? I'm sure it's a big deal to people, so I guess I'd like to know the difference between the two. Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Time to put the pressure on. Keep
Yep.
it smooth, and let's take this race one place at a time.
Pressure. Oh man, come on. Got it. Alright, I got this guy. Who wants to see a high-speed crash? Should we do it? Yeah, I'm gonna book it. Or maybe I'll do a high-speed power slide. That would be even cooler. Here we go.
That's the fastest lap this race.
Yeah. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. High-speed power slide, ready? Fail.